Hey guys, me Seren, back with another car video. I wanted to make this video because a lot of you guys have been asking me if I blocked you on Twitter. I have not blocked anybody on Twitter. I got banned from Twitter. I got permanently suspended from Twitter. If you look for my Twitter account, you will not find it. If you already follow me, it will say that you got blocked. I posted about it on Instagram, so for anybody that obviously follows me on Instagram, you already know, and I'll include a link in the description box to that and some other stuff too, which I'll get to. But yeah, so I have not blocked anybody on Twitter or unfollowed anybody or anything like that. Twitter banned me permanently. They permanently suspended me on Saturday. I think it was Saturday, because so Kanye West is like back in the sunken place tweeting nonsense. I have a whole bunch of videos, like at least two, maybe even three, on Kanye West and how I feel about him as an artist, how I feel about him as a capitalist, and a lot of the things that I feel just about Kanye in general. So obviously they'll be popping up if you click the eye in the right hand corner, as always, right hand corner, or if you click in the description box. But like that stuff's irrelevant to like this video. That's just like whatever. I already said how I feel about that. But so Kanye, just like I said in my other video, I was like, Kanye had like a little moment of clarity. I was like, the Kardashians ran out of tea. They're gonna put him back in the basement soon, in the sunken place. And of course he went right back and started tweeting some more nonsense. And so somebody was like, oh, just basically that he needs to watch one of my videos on white supremacy, like, oh, Kanye obviously needs to hear this. And I was like, oh, LMFAO, I see the Kardashians like brewed more tea. Literally 5 minutes, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, I know people exaggerate. No, I'm not exaggerating. Literally 5 minutes after I tweeted that, I opened my account again and I got a screen that said your account is currently suspended. Now, when I got suspended for the Bruno Mars thing, they gave me a time limit, like, oh, your account will be live again in 7 days. But then at the end of that 7 days, I got re-suspended again because people went digging through my old tweets and they found a tweet that they didn't like about Aaliyah, which I've talked about before, which was actually part of a larger conversation on how a lot of artists, not even just musicians, but a lot of artists in general, get elevated after their death, which is not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just kind of like a phenomenon that happens, that we do see happen. It's like, oh, that's like really interesting. That was like the purpose of the conversation. I use Aaliyah as an example, which is my opinion, and I stand by that opinion. People wanted me to apologize for that. Fuck out of here. That's my opinion. I stand by it. So people, while I was like banned for the Bruno Mars thing, for saying that I thought Bruno Mars was a cultural appropriator, I got banned for that because apparently that was inappropriate. While I was banned for that, people dug through my tweets and they found that tweet about Aaliyah that they didn't like. They reported me for that. Twitter tried to say that was hateful conduct. Also, how, I don't know. So at the end of my Bruno Mars ban, I got rebanned for 7 more days, and then they were like, oh, if you say something else basically we don't like, we could like permanently suspend you. So I guess, like I said, that Kanye West thing, and like Kanye West fans didn't like it, so they started reporting me. 5 minutes later, like I said, I was banned, I was suspended. So I opened Twitter, I got a screen saying that I was suspended, and I went and looked at and it didn't have a countdown. My video is, sorry, it's like, I just realized it's like sideways. And it didn't have a countdown. And I was like, oh, they must have like really permanently suspended me. So I went and checked my email, and they were like, oh, your account is currently suspended for violation of like the Twitter rules against hateful conduct. And it didn't, but like the email didn't even give me, so I've been like temporarily suspended before for like a day or a few hours, something like that. Most of the time they give you what the alleged tweet was, which is how I know, for example, that it was like the Aaliyah tweet that people didn't like, because it like showed me which tweet it was that people were reporting. And they were like, oh, you have the option to like delete it. That's not gonna lift your ban, but you have the option to delete it. With this one, they didn't even send me, I don't even know, like, they didn't even send me what tweet it was. Like I said, they didn't give me a countdown. It just said like, you've been suspended for hateful conduct. And then it was like, oh, if you want to like appeal it, you could like fill out this ticket and we'll get to the ticket. I filled out the ticket, not necessarily to appeal it, but I was like, can you at least tell me like exactly what it's for? Like, what exactly did I get banned for? And after like 2 or 3 days, this morning, I woke up and I had another email, which I posted on Instagram, which still did not include any specific tweet. It was just like basically the exact same thing, only reworded, like a generic email that said, your account has been suspended for hateful conduct. You violated the Twitter rules. Now, a couple things I want to say. Number one, when I first started YouTube, I did not have a Twitter account. I didn't have an Instagram account. I didn't have any social media except I had a Tumblr. All I had was a Tumblr, and then I made my YouTube channel. The whole first year that I was on YouTube, I did not have Twitter or Instagram. The only reason why I made an Instagram account, I made my Instagram account first. The only reason why I made that account was because people they were like, we love your work. We wish we could like interact with you directly. We watch your videos. People were emailing me, which is how I knew people really wanted to reach out to me, because like, who sends emails, right? People were emailing me like, we want to talk to you directly and in real time, but we can't because like, oh, like I love your work, but I don't have a YouTube account and I can't leave a comment unless I have a sign up for YouTube, and I want to sign up for YouTube, like, and I can't participate in like the live streams, which are in real time, because I don't have a YouTube account and I don't want to sign up for YouTube. Could you like please make Instagram? I was like, I don't know. The reason why I didn't have Instagram and Twitter, so I started my channel in 2014. My whole first year I didn't have anything. So 2015, the reason why I didn't have Instagram or Twitter was because, and I've said this in other videos, I feel like Twitter especially, I say all the time, I feel like Twitter is a cesspool. I feel like Twitter is a really toxic place. I feel like the groupthink, hive mind, mob mentality is extremely encouraged there. It's not encouraged to be your own person. And this doesn't even have to be within the realm of like, race or politics or anything like that. Just in general, like, it's not encouraged to be your own person, to have your own thoughts. It's just encouraged to kind of fall in line with what the big accounts are saying, or what the big people are saying, or what the prevalent thought process is on there. And anybody that doesn't fall in line with that is going to get attacked, basically. This was how it was. Now, I had Twitter like a long time ago, maybe like 7 years ago. Like 7 years ago, I had Twitter and I had Instagram. I deleted both because I was just like, I feel like this shit is toxic. I feel like it doesn't encourage thought. I feel like it's just like training people to be more little mindless puppets. And so I deleted it. I had none of that shit when I started YouTube. So 2015, I caved. I made an Instagram account. I said, fine, you guys can have Instagram. You could talk to me on Instagram. You could DM me. We'll post stuff. We'll chat, whatever. People started wanting me to make Twitter. Please make a Twitter. Please make a Twitter. Twitter, please. 2016, I made a Twitter. So, like, my Twitter account is still very new. I think maybe late 2015. Maybe I have some tweets from 2015. But my Twitter account was still fairly new. Okay, I made a Twitter. Even like before the Bruno Mars situation, which happened last month, I didn't have like really that many followers. Like 6,000 or 7,000, which maybe sounds like a lot. Like, it's a lot, and just in terms of a number, but in the grand sense of things like Twitter and stuff like that, I don't have a lot of followers, because I don't feel like I say things that, just like I already said, anything that too many people like, in my opinion, is a bad thing. I don't say things just for people to like me or just to get followers. There's things that I could say for people to like me. There's things that I could say just for me to get followers. There's things that I could say just to, fall in line with what the, the prevailing ideas are of whatever. But I say what I really think and what I really feel and what I really believe. And that doesn't translate, into tons of followers and stuff like that, which is totally fine, whatever. So I also want to say, after the Bruno Mars thing happened, a lot of people did find me on Twitter, but I also think my Twitter followers jumped from like 6 or 7K to like 12,000 people. But I think a lot of those people were like Bruno Mars fans and people that hate me, like shadow accounts that follow me just to report the shit that I'm saying that they don't like, so they could like remove me from the platform.
And I think that's what happens. Like I said, that stuff about Kanye, people ask me like, what did you say? I was like, actually, I didn't even say anything. If I felt like I really said something out of pocket, I would say like, oh, this is what was said. I don't even really think I said anything out of pocket. It was just like I said, I have all these people following me now. People hate me. People want to report everything I say. People don't like the things that I say. Like, I was getting hit up literally every single day by like Bruno Mars fans that still want to talk about Bruno Mars that follow me. I'm like, why do you follow me if you don't like what I have to say? Like, you're following me with like the sole purpose of seeing tweets that you don't like so you could like curse me out and argue and report me. Like, and that right there is like Twitter culture. So people ask me if I'm going to make a new Twitter. No, I was barely on Twitter as it was. Like, the majority of like what I used Twitter for was just to post links to my videos, to my work, to retweet jobs, black-owned businesses, shit that I thought was cool, because I've been felt like Twitter is a toxic ass place, a fucking cesspool. And so I'm not going to be making a new account. And I also feel like Twitter is a platform where they can say whatever they want on that platform. They can do whatever they want on that platform. They can ban people. They can suspend them. I don't have to use their platform. Like, we don't have to use their platform, which I've also said in other videos as well. A lot of people ask me, like, when the whole YouTube AdSense adpocalypse was going on, why didn't I say anything? I was like, same thing then. I was like, we're using YouTube as a platform. If we don't agree with the policies, we can leave the platform. That's really how I feel about a lot of these platforms. And I'm not gonna be fighting with Twitter for what? Like, to me, that's just, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't care about Twitter. My whole first 2 years on YouTube, I didn't even have Twitter. I don't even have Instagram. And at the end of the day, like, YouTube is my main platform. Like, YouTube is my platform. I know people, it's unfortunate because people did find me through Twitter. I know a lot of people like being able to interact with me on there and engage with me in a certain type of way. And I know it sucks that you guys aren't going to be able to do that, but I will still be on Instagram. You can email me. I'm on Snapchat. You could find me in different places, but I'm not going to be fighting with Twitter. I don't care about Twitter. I don't care. So I just wanted to make this video addressing that, because people were like, oh my God, did I block them, and what happened, and this and that. So now you guys know what happened. Of course, there'll be links in the description box. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. See you guys next time. Peace. I'm back. Actually, a couple more things I wanted to address. I also wanted to address that all the platforms are not the same. Like, for example, Instagram is owned by Facebook. For those of you that do not know that, because I think a lot of people don't know, Instagram is owned by Facebook. So Instagram has the same policies as Facebook. Not all of them, but like, for example, they recently redid their terms and conditions, and they brought up facial recognition software, because they were like, oh, a lot of people have been asking us, since that got introduced on Facebook, is it going to be introduced on Instagram? No, it's not going to be introduced on Instagram, and once it is, we will let everybody know. I was like, good, because as soon as fucking facial recognition software is introduced on Instagram, I will be gone, because I don't even do Snapchat face filters. Like, I do not, like, as much, and I know people say like, well, it's already out there. Like, I know, but as much as I can personally control, I like to control anyways. But like, all these platforms are not the same. So somebody like hit me up, for example, and was like, oh, well, you should complain to somebody, like Twitter support or something. I was like, well, there's no way to reach a person. There's no way to reach a real person on Twitter support. There's like, you can't reach a person. All they do is they send you these like automated emails, these like pre-recorded responses, and you can't reply. It like comes from those email accounts that it says like, do not reply. So all you could do is like fill out these what they call a ticket on Twitter. You have to fill out the ticket, which even the ticket is still automated. Like, it takes you to a screen, you fill out the ticket saying like, why was I suspended? You send it. They don't have to even respond. Like I said, I received like an automated email back that didn't even give me any specifics on like why I was banned. So, because somebody was like, oh, well, but I thought it was like, I know on YouTube you could like reach out to YouTube support and like talk to somebody, a real person, over email. It's not the same with Twitter. No, it is not. I'd be on YouTube support's ass like every week, emailing them, this isn't working, that's not working, this, that, I don't like this, I don't like that. I've said before that I feel like YouTube gets a really bad rep, which is deserved in a lot of ways. However, you can at least reach a real person. YouTube actually is trying to give creators some tools where they could reach real people, they could email real people, they could try to figure out some of these issues. Twitter, maybe it's just because they have so many users, and I would even say Facebook and Instagram to a lesser extent because they have so many users. They're really trying to outsource all of their support to algorithms and bots and automated systems and emails and stuff. They don't want, which I'm sure like they feel like it's just too many people. I mean, but like there's a lot of people doing content on YouTube as well. I don't know, but I feel like they're lazy. They feel like it's too many people creating content for them to have a person review or respond, so they just leave it up to these bots and these algorithms. But then it's like you're not actually getting support. Like you're not actually getting support. So I just wanted to say that as well, because it was a lot of people saying like, but why can't I like talk to a person? Or I saw somebody that was like, oh, something similar happened to me on Instagram, but I was able to come back. Like, why can't you come back? And I was like, well, that's because Instagram is a different platform than Twitter, which is a different platform than Snapchat, which is a different platform than YouTube. All these platforms are different. They have their own rules, and a lot of the rules are arbitrary. And also what you see is, and this happened again with Apocalypse on YouTube, you see a lot of these platforms that make these rules like, okay, well, Logan Paul, did a, hold on. Sorry, I cut out for a second. But you'll have YouTube which will say like, okay, Logan Paul did this video where he posted a dead body, right? We don't think that's cool, so we're gonna crack down on all these posting policies. So we're gonna make it so you can't even post unless you've been on YouTube for like a month, and we're gonna make it so you can't monetize if you have less than 10,000 subscribers. All these rules are put into place that, like, for example, don't actually affect Logan Paul, right? They affect like smaller content creators and like black creators and stuff like that. And I kind of feel like Twitter did the same thing. Twitter was catching all this heat for like, you guys don't address abuse properly. So Twitter said, we're going to introduce these policies, aka these algorithms, and the algorithms are going to see like, oh, if you get this many number of reports, or if you, like, I know somebody that's like a black person that's like, oh, I don't even tweet the word nigga anymore because I've been like suspended for that. Like, I have to put nigga with like an asterisk because the system, the algorithms, the bot like automatically reads that. I can't even put like, oh, what's up, my nigga, when I'm talking to my friend on there, because I've been suspended for that. The system said that that's like hateful conduct. It's just like, number one, with these algorithms and these fucking robots, iRobot, right? These systems can only go but so far. Like, they're still not humans. Like, they still don't have a lot of the application of these like new rules and shit. Like, the rules work in theory, but they don't work in terms of application, which I feel like I've also talked about. Go ahead. Which I feel like I've also talked about on this channel before as well, how shit makes sense in theory, but that shit's not practical. So I definitely feel like there's a lot missing. There's a gap in practicality. There's a gap in application as well with a lot of these rules. But like I said, that's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. It's not my platform. I'm not gonna fucking fight with anybody over it.